Welcome to this episode. I have a question for you today. What is the most important miracle we never notice? My name is Tammy Lewis. I am the CEO and founder of the Community of Guardians. So I'd like to start the conversation today with something I read in The Atlantic that stopped me in my tracks. Physicist and author Alan Lightman made an argument deceptively simple in its words and staggering in its implications. The greatest stroke of luck any of us will ever experience is the fact that we exist at all. Not that we won the lottery, not that we found true love, not that we achieved success, simply that we are here, breathing, thinking, feeling, living. Science tells us that the odds of any of us existing are almost beyond comprehension. Every person alive today is the result of an unbroken chain of events stretching back billions of years ago. Change a single moment in that change, one storm, one encounter, one decision made differently, an entirely different person would be standing where you stand today. Yet most of us wake up each day, make coffee, check our phones, rush to work, worry about bills, and move through the day without ever pausing to appreciate the extraordinary gift we have each been given. We treat existence as an ordinary thing because it's familiar. But just because it's familiar does not make something less miraculous. The cost of forgetting. So I believe this forgotten truth lies at the heart of many of the greatest challenges that we face in the world right now. When we stop appreciating the miracle of existence, we begin taking things for granted. We take our forests for granted, our rivers, our oceans, the insects that pollinate our food, the birds that fill our mornings with songs, the people that we love, even our own lives. Somewhere along the way, humanity began acting as though the world belongs to us, rather than recognizing with humility and wonder that we belong to it. We did not create the forest. We did not design the water cycle. We did not invent photosynthesis or pollination or the extraordinary web of interdependence that makes life on this planet even possible. We inherited all of it. And like so many who inherit great wealth without earning it, we have sometimes spent it carelessly. So there's a different way of seeing things, and the Community of Guardians was founded on this different belief. That we are not, in fact, owners, we are caretakers. That every generation receives an inheritance it did not create and carries the responsibility to pass it forward, not diminished, but in fact enriched. That every living thing represents an unrepeatable expression of life's 4 billion year journey across this planet. That protecting the earth is not simply an environmental responsibility, it is an act of gratitude. Gratitude for the astonishingly improbable, humble fact that we are here at all. So I think of my grandchildren. I think of the indigenous teachings I have been privileged to receive through my family's teachings that hold the natural world not as a resource to be extracted, but as a community of relatives to be honored, teachings that understood long before Western science confirmed it, that everything is connected, that nothing exists in isolation, that what we do to the land, we do to ourselves. Perhaps this is our sacred task in this generation, not to conquer nature, not to dominate it, not even in a heroic sense to save it, but to remember that we're in fact part of it, to recognize its value, not only its economic value, but its intrinsic value, its beauty, its mystery, its right to exist, to care for it the way we would care for something precious and irreplaceable, because in fact it is. This moment, among all the possible worlds that could have existed, we were given this one. Among all the possible lives that could have been lived, we were given these lives. And among all the possible moments in history, we were given this one, this urgent, turbulent, extraordinary moment when the choices we make will echo for generations. The miracle is not that life exists somewhere in the universe. The miracle is that life exists here, right now, and that for a brief, luminous moment in this time, we get to be a part of it. The question, the only question that ultimately matters is this. What will you do with that gift? If this land was given to you, would you love it? Would you find a number that was specific to your role in guarding, protecting the world that you've been given? Why don't you find out what your number is and tell me how you are going to be a protector of this gift that you've been given? Thanks for listening tonight.